Hello and welcome. My name is Kate and this is Little Kate Babe Knits. This is my little spot where I share with you the things that I've been making, the places I go, my dogs, and just give you a little glimpse into my life. I live off the coast of the Monterey Bay with my partner, 3 dogs, and 11 chickens. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So cuddle up and let's get started. Time. It's been months and I'm so happy to be back. I kind of was going through a big transition there in the fall last year, but everything's kind of smoothing out now. So I'll share a little bit about that at the end of the episode. And instead we'll just kind of like jump right on into the things I've been making, and we can start with what I'm wearing. So I love Advents, and I know it's January and Advents are over, but I am obsessed with this. This is my favorite Advent I've ever had. It is the 2023 Farmer's Daughter Advent. And let me tell you, that Candace can curate the shit out of anything. She could make a beautiful box of rocks and I'd probably freaking buy it, but she doesn't curate boxes of rocks. She curates amazing yarn products and sells them to people like me, like I've said in past episodes, that are obsessed with them. So this is the shawl that was in the Advent box. The Advent box was amazing. Wind in the Willows themed. Be Still My Heart. So it comes with a bunch of goodies every other day and yarn every other day. And I could actually keep up with this project, this little shawlette. I could actually keep up with it every day and finished on Christmas Day. And I went a little extra and did some pom-poms. Here it is up close. It's so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. It is so fun. I love pom-poms too. You know how they used to say put a bird on it? I think it should be put a pom-pom on it. I've started making pom-poms and I can't stop. And this was the beginning because there was a lot of leftover yarn. That's one thing I hate about an Advent, is all the leftover yarn from a mini skein. It's like, what do you do with that? So I put pom-poms on this with it. And the best part was I didn't even have to weave in ends. I just tied the ends onto the pom-pom. It was really easy. So yeah, I love this. This is so special. Candace and Farmer's Daughter Fiber team, like, if you ever watch this, I freaking love you guys. I cannot wait to see this year's, and I can't wait to see what kind of stuff you come up with to sell me this year, even though I also am doing a no buy 2024 about that. So I love this. About everybody's like wish lists and no buy goals and all this stuff. I'm a believer. I join in on that because I've got a big stash. So last year, I think I made it 1 week to not buy any yarn. This year, I've not bought any new yarn. I did buy like a monthly yarn thing last year, so it doesn't count this year. I have not bought any yarn, and it's almost the end of January, so I feel very proud of myself. I have so much stash to knit through, and it's a good goal to try and get through the things that you have, right? So if I could get through the things I have, not be so like blindly driven by impulse buying, which I feel like is in our face every single day with everything, not just yarn. It's really hard to have constraint and think about things because you feel like the things aren't gonna be there forever. You know, you want to like buy it while you can because they tease you like it's never coming back, and then it always comes back. I also last year I calculated how much yarn I spun, and I calculated how much yarn I knit, and of course I knit almost 20,000 yards. I was trying to calculate that from like whips and whatnot, but I just calculated all the yardage. I wrote down like ballpark what I used at the end of each project and recorded it. That was fun to see. I liked that. My spinning, I didn't do very much spinning last year. And so then again this year, I, you know, made my little calendars and mark them off. I love marking off a list. And I am trying to spin every single day for however much time. Every single day. And so far, I've already spun a lot of yarn. So spinning every day is great. I'm working through my stash. I'm getting a lot done. So even just spinning like 10 minutes a day has been making a really big difference in my spinning, A, and B, in helping to break down that stash and put it into yarn. Because then it's like you shopped your stash, but actually you shopped your fiber stash and you put it into your yarn stash. So it's like you shopped your stash and added to your stash. So your stash just morphed. It's okay. It's fun. It's fun. Plans for the year. I don't know what my plans are. I'll set a plan for my knitting and go completely haywire. So the longer I can go without buying, or if I can like intentionally buy or not buy on impulse and like really think about it over a couple days, I'm happy with that. I'm not trying to be too hard on myself because whatever. It's just yarn. There's worse things to spend your money on. Back to the things that I've been making. I started off the year and had a bunch of mini skeins and was like, I need to get rid of these right now. And I'm going to crochet them. So in comes my crochet granny cowl. And isn't she beautiful? She's big. Ooh. She wraps twice around me. But this is made of Hello Stella mini skeins. Last year, she did this paint by number, like mini skein bundles. And of course, I bought a bunch of them because I'm obsessed with her bright colors. She does them so well. So I did that. And then I also did alternating, like every 2 rows, I did a row of alpaca fluff. And there's a consistent color in here, which are these pinks and purples. These are from Lamb & Kid. It's just their regular Birdie held double. And I did those alternately in here because the Hello Stella is made of Highland wool. It's not super itchy, but this alpaca fluff is amazing. And I had a lot of like leftover little balls from projects. So that kind of helped me do like stash down, right? And then I did these crochet baubles. My first time. I'm in love. Aren't they so cute? I love them. They're like pom-poms, but permanently on. So yeah, I love this. It is so fun. I feel like there's something about using multiple colors on crochet projects that hits a little different than knitting projects. So there's something about using multiple colors in knitting I don't like as much. For some reason, I feel like it works better in crochet. And, you know, stuff like this, I love color, but this is hard for me. I mean, it's not hard for me, but it's like against what I want to do, which is I want to have a pattern. I want repeating color. I want to see consistent colors. I don't like mixing things together that don't go together. But this was like a good exercise in just kind of letting it go and knowing that mixing all these colors together is only gonna bring me pure joy and fun and happiness. And every time I wear it, it does that for other people too. It's just a joyful piece to wear. So let me show you how I wear it because it's toasty. It is toasty. So this is the first look that you can do. I call this colorful granny chic. And it's kind of like, ooh, I'm an old gran. But now I'm a young gran, so this would keep my head warm, you know? Could probably just tuck this into a jacket. Toasty. But how I granny chic, my favorite look. But how I really wear it is actually I double it. I double it into this lovely doubled. And you could still do the hood effect if you want, but I love a cowl. So I wanted it tight. I cast on less stitches than the pattern called for. But I wanted it tight, I wanted it snug, I wanted it to be warm. I probably won't be able to wear this for much longer here in California because it's not really that cold here, but I love this so much. It's my favorite thing I've made so far this year. And it was like a great stash down and it's so bright and colorful. It was so quick to do. I just want more mini skeins because I want to just crochet away on something. Crochet kind of hurts my wrists after a while, but I'm fine. I'm fine. So yeah, this was Crochet Granny Square. Isn't it cute? I love it. I love it. So yeah, that's been fun. And then my other finished object so far, I have been working on a lot of things. This is so beautiful. Woohoo! This is Coffee at the Grand, and it's made to be like a stole. Oh, sewing table. It's a stole. It's kind of like the 20s. It's got these pom-pom tassels hanging off the end. It's just supposed to kind of cover your shoulders. All brioche. Everything in this is brioche. This is like a brioche seed stitch, which was super fun because you're doing a different color every row, basically. Just kind of like going around and around. Really fun. This yarn, I don't remember exactly. I want to say it's Punk Rock Unicorn, but I'm not 100% sure. This was my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along 2023 kit. And when I saw that shawl, I didn't love it, and I didn't want to knit something I didn't love after spending so much money on a yarn kit. So I saved it, I looked for a pattern, and I made this, and I love it, and I've been wanting to make this pattern for a long time. I love brioche. It's so fun. To me, my body it just does it. My body just brioches at this point. So I really love it. I can't wait to start another brioche shawl, and I have one in mind. And I also am obsessed because pom-poms, right? Pom-poms and tassels. Ooh. Love. So yeah, this was really pretty. Really beautiful. All purples. All my favorite colors. I'm sad it's over though, but that's okay. I have another brioche project I'm going to start, which is going to be a new sweater cast on, but I'm telling myself I need to finish the sweater I'm working on before I can cast on my next sweater. I'm trying to be a responsible knitter. If you work on 50 billion things at once like me, you never finish anything. So if I just stick to the one sweater, that doesn't mean I'm not knitting a shawl and socks and a shawl and a necklace, whatever. You know, but if I finish one thing and I just focus on one, I should be done with it, and then I can move on to something else. Ugh, patience! Patience in knitting is hard sometimes. I just get cast-on-itis. I just want to cast things on. It's okay. Whatever. Whatever brings you joy, you know? I don't feel bad about it. It just makes me happy. And then I just have 50 things, and I can choose between 50 things, and depending on where my brain is at the moment, what feels soothing to my hands and my mind, I can work on. I just have to take really good notes in Knit Companion so that when I put something down, I know how to pick it back up. Right? Right. So yeah, we are in a new area. This is my art room. So welcome to my art room. It's this like paneled room in our house that's right next to the kitchen. And there's only 3 rooms in this house. There's a guest room, our room, and I got to take over this room. I actually, to be truthful, have taken over all the rooms. It's decorated very colorful. You might not be able to tell that a man lives here, but he does, and he doesn't care what I do, which is really awesome for me. Because I like lots of bright color, but in this room I got to do whatever I wanted. I got myself a new sewing table, and I've had a really nice sewing machine. I brought in some chests of drawers to put my quilting stuff in. I've hung pictures. I've put up curtains. I've really just started decorating it in here to make it more homey. The more that I've gotten into my quilting and sewing, the more I realize how much space it takes up. Right now on the table, I'm working on a quilt for me and my 2 best friends. We all turned 40 in the same year, next year. So I've decided this was a quilt block of the month, and I morphed it into making 3 of the quilts. So I've like dove headfirst more than I can handle. So it's taking a really long time for me to finish the quilt blocks. They're flowers. It's a lot of work. It's not that hard. It's just a lot of little pieces. So I can't show it to you yet. But I'm working still on December's block of the month. So I'm trying to catch up. But yeah, it takes a lot of space. And I have quilting stuff everywhere. I went head first into quilting like really hard. I love it. So I'm doing this quilt block, but then I'm doing this weekly quilt block where every week you get a new quilt block to sew, and the end of the year you'll sew it all together into a big quilt. So it's really cute. I decided to do this pink and like like magenta and like dusty pink. And this is an acorn. It's adorable. And this is like the cutest little baby star, excuse me, ever. It's adorable. So this is the second week. Have to do the third weeks this week. And then this is the first week. So it's just going to be 2 colors. And I haven't done that before. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to do a 2-color quilt. And I just went for what I wanted, you know, like this is what I wanted, you know, like I wanted pink on pink. I wanted pink on pink. Red and white quilts look really nice. Black and cream quilts look really nice. But I figured this would make me want to do it more. So if I use the colors that I really want to use, I'll actually do it. So yeah, so this is really fun. I love it. I love quilting and sewing. I'm not super perfectionist about it. Like you can see my points my points are cut off at the end, and my sewing is not like insanely accurate. So I'm taking this as an opportunity to kind of like really work on getting really good 1/4 inch seams. I think I just like the process. Like I just like sewing to sew. I don't care if it's super duper perfect. And then I've kind of fallen down this rabbit hole of realizing there's lots of different ways to quilt. This is like a generic, like your first way you learn to quilt. This is quilt blocking, but there's art quilts and all these other ways to express yourself with fabric that they're calling quilts. And so my brain is starting to tick in that direction. Per usual, when I'm learning something new, I like to do it per pattern. I like to do it exactly how I'm being told to do it. I want to use the colors that they're using. I'm copying exactly what somebody's doing, like from a pattern to a quilt. And I've done that a couple times, but now I'm branching out on my own, doing my own color choices, and I like it. So my brain is starting to tick. It's starting to think towards quilting. It's starting to really think about contrast. And I'm starting to think about art quilting. I'm trying to think of it as more of a free-form medium than this rigid straight line quilting or whatnot. So quilting, love it. Love it. So yeah, I guess I just jumped from knitting to quilting. Knitting, crochet, quilting. That's okay. That's what I've been doing. It's really fun. And I'm also working on paper piecing this year. So I also started a new paper piecing project. It's diamonds. I'm making it up. And it's all batik ombres. I'll show you that next month. And it's going to take a while. I don't know when it'll be done. This might be a 1 to 2 year project. And then I'm also doing this ice cream soda quilt. And that is another English paper piecing quilt. And I'm using all of my tulip pink fabrics that I have. And I'm fussy cutting. But that's going to be at another podcast. I'll show you that next. I don't know how to do these. Should I do like each month is a different like craft topic? Like, do you want to hear just about my quilting 1 month? Do you want to hear just about my knitting in 1 month? Do you want to hear just about my spinning in 1 month? I don't know. You tell me, because I'm not really sure what to do. I feel like I have a lot to talk about. I don't know if it's better to sparse it out or to just put it all in one. So anyways, if you feel like commenting on that, let me know. I would love the feedback. I'll go back to knitting. So I have 2 whips that I'm going to show you. This first one is a Blanket of the Month Club. So the Discrete Unicorn, who's a dyer from the UK, and she does these really bright, fun, amazing colors, is doing a 2024 blanket club where every month you get a skein of yarn and you get another pattern clue. And you're going to have a blanket at the end of the year. And, you know, after Advent season, I get a little sad because I don't get any more surprises. I don't get any more presents. I don't have any other like monthly thing to work on. You know, it's like block of the month, but it's a quilt of the month. So I signed up for this. So this doesn't count towards my no buy this year because I bought this last year. I'm just whatever. So this doesn't count, I swear. But it's this really like bright pink. And so far the design is, it's going to be a triangle, so I don't have very much done. But I got this cute little stitch marker. Okay. Well, I don't know if you could see that. Cute. Okay, I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know. But yes. So this is going to be fun. It's going to keep me busy. It's got cabling. Love a challenge. I thought it was going to be easy and mindless. It's not. I have to count stitches and stuff, but this is really fun. So, and this will also like feed my Advent desires. So And I have never finished a knitted blanket, so maybe I'll actually finish this one since it's modular. I'm really excited about this. So this is my first whip that I'm really, really excited about this year. And my other whip that I started because I love Lamb and Kid Birdie is I'm doing a Sophie shawl. And it's a little bit late to the game, but I wanted to just keep going through my stash. And I wanted something easy, mindless, that I could just work on, didn't use too much brain power. So I am doing the Sophie shawl. And I'm doing, you know, 2 colors, but I'm going to do, like, this is all frippery. The first 40 repeats. And then it's going to be frippery and, like, disco or something. I'm holding pink and purple together for, like, the middle. And then the end will be all pink. So this big birdie is so insane. I just, like, cannot, like, I just want to put it, on my face. I just want to touch it and cuddle it. It's so soft, you guys. This yarn is expensive, but it is worth every penny. And I'm wearing it in my weekender that I knit out of Big Birdie, and it is holding up. I mean, it's wearing really well, and it is so freaking soft. I just, like, I don't know. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, try the Birdie. Try the Big Birdie. Alpaca fluff is... I said that and fluff flew off of this. Alpaca fluff is amazing. It's so pretty and soft. So anyways, that's my other whip. And then the rest are just, you know, other ones I've been working on forever, like my tessellated. So yeah, so that's fun. And then I have a couple things I really want to cast on, but I'm trying to hold off as much as possible. But, you know, last year in the fall, I ended up going to Sacred Sheep. I went up to Oregon. I did Oregon and Seattle and Washington. So my best friend lives in Portland and her daughter's going to school in Seattle. So I flew to Seattle and was there for a couple days, got to see her school, go to college. The cute girls in the elevator in her dorm asked if I was her mother, and I was like, like, so flattered, but also like, no, girl, I'm 20. I cannot have an 18-year-old. No. It was funny. It was a funny thing to be asked because I don't have kids, and my best friend's daughter is 18 and in college, and she's gonna be 19 this year, so it's weird to think that I could have a teenager. So it was a little jarring, and I was also, you know, I always like think I look way younger. So it was a little shocking that they thought I could be her mother, but it's okay. I love my best friend. I'm so honored. I was like, oh my God, they think I'm your mom. I'm so cool. So that was really fun. And I took the ferry. I went to Bainbridge Island. I went to Lamb and Kid. I walked around. I took the train down to Portland from Seattle. That was so fun. Ferries and trains, I love them. Mostly I love a ferry. I had like a moment on the ferry where I was standing out at the bow, whatever it's called, the front of the boat, and it was a beautiful day. I'm just standing out there with the wind in my hair like, I'm on a ferry, thinking, I should quit my job and become a ferry driver and just go back and forth on that ferry all day long. Wouldn't that be fun? So fun. So yeah, I love a ferry. I need to go on more ferries, so I'll be going back to Seattle soon, as soon as I can. Yeah. So yeah, then I went, best friends in Portland, went down there, went to Sacred Sheep. It was really fun. It was a really curated show. They did an amazing job. The vendors were great. You saw all the trendy people. I bought a lot of yarn. I made some friends and asked them what they were doing after, and these 2 women, and followed them out and got some drinks and met my best friend, and we went out to a fancy dinner, and I had a really good time. I love Portland. It is so fun up there. Part of me like really wants to just ditch my life here and go up there, but I have so much family here that I love, and I don't know if I could actually do it, but I love Portland. So yeah, Sacred Sheep was fun. So I got some stuff there, and one thing I got was this beautiful Wandering Flock yarn. I was really excited to see Wandering Flock in person. I've been buying her yarn on Etsy because I think it's gorgeous. I made a shawl, a feel-good shawl, and a hat, and I love pastels. I don't feel like the pastels look that great on me. I'm more of a jewel tone girly. Like, these jewel tones make me look and feel really good, but I love the pastels. Her dyeing is amazing. Wandering Flock's colors are like candy delicious to die for. They're beautiful. The yarn is so soft. So I picked up these two. It's called Hundreds and Thousands. And it is so pretty. It's like this really peachy color with all these bright speckles. And is that where you can see it? This is so hard to do. It's so pretty. I think this is going to look really good on me. So I got these colors. It doesn't matter because I'm still going to knit them. I will look. I always think it's funny when people wear like nude clothes and you have to second look at them like, are they naked? Are they wearing pants? That's how I'm going to look in this shirt. I've decided. People are going to be like, is she wearing a shirt? We don't know. We don't know. So I'm going to knit this. And she had, at the Wandering Flock booth, she had a sample of this sweater. And it was really cute. And I thought that would be really great. It was really loose and airy. I believe it's 2 strands of fingering, 1 strand of the mohair. I could be wrong. I believe that's what you hold. And then it's knitted a high gauge. It's called the Happy Jumper. I have it printed out on a piece of paper because I bought it off their website. The people that make it. Great. Here we go. Are you ready? Spectacle strick. Spectacle strick? I don't know. Danish? Happy jumper. And it's really loose. It's got like really loose, like lacy, kind of like lacy, and then stockinette, and then lacy, and really open and airy. And I really want to get started on this, mostly because it's knit at a large gauge. It's knit with a size 6 millimeter. Like a 10? I don't know. I have to look that up. A big needle, and then nice and loose and baggy. It doesn't take very long to make, which I like the sound of, which leads me to my second one, my second sets of yarn that I got up there, that Sacred Sheep. You know, they had the Spin Cycle booth, and I also spin yarn, and Spin Cycle. They're like Candace and Farmer's Daughter fibers, you know, it's like, whatever, just take my money. It's beautiful, I love it. Lime green, I don't even like lime green. I'll take it, just take my money. But Spin Cycle is so special. Like, what a yarn to knit with, right? I think everybody loves it. And I splurged. I got myself some Plump. And I'm really excited because I also thought that this would be another quick knit. I forget the name of this sweater I want to do with this, but it looks like quilt blocks. So I got this. This is not from Spin Cycle or Sacred Sheep. This is Malabrigo. And it's called Black Forest. It's definitely like more purple than I thought it was going to be, but I was going to mix this. Oh, this isn't the contrast color I was going to use. I was going to use a different one because I was going to make a plumpy hat with this. But anyways, and then I got this pretty color, so I was going to do the color work of that with this black. And I was like, bulky, big, yes, quick to finish. Anything to fool myself, right? So yeah, this color is really pretty. This is Echo Echo. Looks like candy. I would eat this. But I'm going to wear it instead. And this one's really good omen. This one's really pretty. And I got a bunch of other Spin Cycle colors. It's so nice to buy Spin Cycle in person. It's so fun to see them at the festivals because those girls are so sweet. So sweet. They are all so nice. They all have the best style. They all make the best yarn. I really appreciate their business. I really appreciate how they take care of their employees. I love that. I love that we have taken this industry of knitting and yarn and we have like helped build these companies. Like we don't run Spin Cycle. We don't run any of these companies from Etsy or these that we buy yarn from. I don't run any of these, but I love their yarn so much. And when they make products that we love, we want to buy them, and we're like, I feel like we're all in it together, you know, like they respond to us, they love our, you know, we love them, they love us. It's a really fun community to be in, right? But these girls, it's also got a sheep and a crossbone, like skull and crossbone, but sheep and knitting needles, and I really like skulls. So yeah, Sacred Sheep was really fun. It was really fun. I'm gonna go back next year. I got the early bird ticket. It was more expensive and it came with a goodie bag. The goodie bag was neither here nor there, but I think what was really nice about it is you got early admission. So we got to go in an hour early and shop. And I think that made like a huge difference on the crowds. There's so many people there at some point and it was kind of small, but it was so fun. I loved it. I love going to yarn festivals. Oh, I went to Lambtown. Lambtown is here in California. It's in Dixon, which is near Sacramento, right? Between San Francisco and Sacramento. It's inland. And near Davis. I don't know. Anyways, Dixon. And they actually raise lamb there, and they have lamb burgers, and then they've got the sheep shows, and then they've got all the animals in the pens, and they've got, you know, vendors and food and all these things. I went up there early and I did some classes. I took the Woolen to Worsted class with JC. She is the writer and producer of Ply magazine, and that was amazing. She was such a good teacher. I already knew how to spin both ways, and I feel like I learned so much from her in that one-day class. She was amazing. I signed up for her guild, her spinning guild. Her spinning guild is amazing. That woman, she was born to be a teacher, and I was reading an article in one of my quilting books about people's views on creativity, and this one man said his creativity came out in education and teaching, and that's what he loved. And while JC is an amazing spinner and fiber artist, I feel like her talent is teaching. She was so good. So that class was amazing, and Julian Marino was there, and Jillian Marino and I want to take her class next year. Hopefully I'll get in. They all fill up so fast. And then I did this one where I did this class where you make a vegan sheepskin rug, and you like felt sheepskin together and make like a furry rug. Anyways, that one was really fun too. I stayed up there in a hotel. I made a friend. Went to dinner. Went swimming. It was really fun. So I can't wait for Lambtown next year too. I want to take more classes. It's fun to get out there and take classes. Like wherever you can take classes, right? Like take a class. Just do it because you learn so much, and it's just fun to interact with your people, because those are our people, right? The people that want to go to Lambtown, the people that want to go to Sacred Sheep, the people that want to like sit on a ferry boat and like pretend like they're on Titanic. Like those are my people. Hello, I'm here. So yeah. And then the last couple months also, since I've seen you last, I found a new knitting group. I was going with my mom to hers, and they are so lovely, but they meet in the middle of the day on Tuesdays, which is really hard when you work during the week, right? So I wasn't really able to go to hers, but I've been going a little bit now. And then I found another knitting group that meets in the evenings here at a brewery, which is really fun. So it's fun to meet like other creators and kind of get into that community where I live. I'm kind of a little hermity, you know, like I really like to be at home. I love working on my projects and being with my dogs and cooking and just like looking at my window. We live in the country, so there's just a beautiful view out the yard. So I just really love being home. So I don't like to go out that often, but meeting people in the like fiber community makes me really, or like just the craft community makes me want to make sure I go out more, and I do that, and I make the effort to do that. So yeah, that's been a really positive change. I've been spinning a little bit. So as far as spinning, now we're gonna pivot again. Pivot, spinning, boom, boom. Here we are. My spinning, I've been spinning so much. I've been doing my spinning of, 15 minutes a day, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I finished this. So this is a beautiful, let's see what happens. How do I get this? Is that it? Can you see it now? I don't know. It's really pretty. Can you see it? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. This is some natural wool. It's called Hanoi wool. This wool is from New Zealand. One of my favorite dyers, Union Fiber, is from there, and she has been dyeing up braids and selling braids of this Hanoi wool. It's a sheep breed in New Zealand. I don't know much about it. I should have looked it up. And I bought a bunch of their raw fiber that's undyed, and this is the brown, and this is 2 ounces, and I'm gonna spin this up into a sweater quantity. I don't know about you, but I find it really, really boring to spin single color yarns. I want to spin the rainbow. I want to see the magic. I want to see the colors change. I want it all, you know. It's really hard for me to spin this. So I'm just breaking off 2 ounces at a time from the bag, and I'm going to spin it over time. It spins up really quick. It's freaking smooth like butter, let me tell you. And I'm hoping I'll be doing an Andrea Mowry everyday sweater. Is that what it is? I think so. One of her sweaters in this all chocolate color, and it's so beautiful. So this is beautiful, beautiful fiber. Oh, that's to tell me the end. Ah! I need a long-term spinning project, so that's going to be that. So yeah, so that's kind of like everything I've been working on the last couple months, and you know, this year, and kind of like what my goals are. I mentioned at the beginning of the year we had a really rough fall last year, so I ended up switching jobs. I left my job I was at that I loved. I went to a new job where I was being told I was going to learn management, and that wasn't really the case. It ended up being a really toxic work environment for me. I've never worked in a facility in nursing that made me feel the way I felt going into this office. So a lot of stuff happened, and January 2nd, I sent an email and I said, this is not a healthy place for me to be, and I quit. I didn't have a job lined up, and I've been putting out applications, and I just quit, and I had had enough. I have my little, you know, emergency fund, I'm able to sustain myself. I thought for a couple weeks, it's going to be about a month, and 3 weeks to a month, and I'll have made it through. And I got a really good job offer today. I went to an interview, and I'm going to be working as an assistant director for a rehab center here in our area. So I'm really excited. I accepted the offer. They offered it to me when I left. Came out of there, went to lunch, told them I accept the offer. And it's going to be something completely new for me. It is big growth opportunity for me. I really want to go into a different side of nursing, so I'm really excited. I'm feeling really positive about it. I'm gonna have an office. I'm gonna get to wear clothes to work, and I'm gonna have an amazing director that I'm going to be working with in a beautiful facility. It looks like I'm going to camp every day in the redwoods. It's gorgeous. So I'm really excited. So after I accepted the offer, after lunch, I went and I bought some decorations for an office. I've never had an office before, so I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. So that was one really big change, was just like mixing up my jobs into something that was like a really bad environment. And then at the time I decided to switch jobs, I also decided to start my bachelor's degree online. So I also started my bachelor's degree, and at first it was really hard learning electronic computer work in a school format. It was completely new to me. Last time I was in school, we weren't learning on computers. You were learning in person. You weren't doing everything on computers. So I got it. I figured it out. I'm doing really well. I love doing my bachelor's. I love learning about nursing from the perspective of the rest of the world. So I'm mainly reading research articles and synthesizing that into, papers. So it's just really rewarding to hear like what an impact nursing makes in the world, in people's communities, in people's lives. And it's really like reinvigorated my passion for nursing, which is really good. And it's also helped me start taking my career in another direction, into something I think I'm going to be really happy at, which is going to be like the administrative side. So I can't wait. I'm really excited. So that journey will be starting in the next couple weeks. So by the next time you see me, I'll have morphed into my new position. And then the other thing that happened, and I'm just going to share this because I want to share like awareness. We lost a family member. My ex-brother-in-law was hit and killed by a drunk driver late at night when he was driving home from seeing his friend. And he is really missed. So my words for all of you are to drink responsibly, remember that every time you get in a car, it's a choice, and to just drive carefully and know that you're not the only person on the road. Everyone in every other car has a family and has people that love them, and our lives are so fragile. I really have felt like the impact of, oh my God, like I or anyone else I know could die at any time. And it's true. We could. Something could happen at any time. We don't know when, we don't know what. And it will change, won't change our life. We'll be dead. It will change everybody's life around you. And so I just feel like I want to make sure I live a really good life, you know, like, am I making the decisions that make me happy? Am I in an environment where I feel fulfilled? If I died tomorrow, would I look at my life and feel proud of who I am and what I do and where I am? And so yeah, that was a really, really jarring experience. I'm feeling like I've come over the hump. My sister and her kids are coming over the hump, and my family is coming over the hump, but I know it will be like a lifelong loss. So my heart goes out to everybody who has lost someone that they love, that's close to them in a way that is, you know, traumatic and horrific, and that didn't get to say goodbye. And yeah, so that was another added stress to the fall. So now that it's a new year, I just want to like go through my life making sure that I'm like living my life in a way that I feel good every day and I feel happy every day, and that everyone around me knows that I love them and that I care about them, and I care about you guys. And I'm so happy that you're here because it fills me with joy to know that anybody wants to watch anything that I have to say or wants to see all the pink things I'm making. So yeah, thank you for being here. And I don't really have much more to share, but thanks for being here. I don't know when you'll see me again. I have no set plans, but you'll see me in February. So once a month at some time, I'll be gracing your YouTube. So thanks for showing up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.